Hello everybody, good afternoon, welcome back to the channel, welcome to the party, welcome to class, welcome to the hospital, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. How's the view? We've got a couple things on camera, so just jumping right in. We're gonna keep in line with the draw every day principle, holding ourselves to that. Hope everyone is out there too. Hashtag show me your work. I want to see it. That's what makes this fun, making this community. Wearing a new necklace. You like my nails? We did it together. In the other video, you can kind of see them this time. We've got, roses and like, I don't know what those are, another flower. It's not the best lighting. That's a good one. That one stood out well. But yeah, I'll maybe make another one today, another video of those today. But I like to teach people how to draw because it helps me get better at drawing too. This is drawing on the right side of the brain, a course in enhancing creativity and artistic confidence. And the cool thing about drawing is it's a global task, and a global brain task is something like reading or walking, driving, riding a bike, a lot of motion stuff. The right brain is just good at remembering stuff, I guess. Yeah, this lady, the author of the book, has these exercises that help you cross over from linguistic and sequential and logical processing of the brain to visual, spatial, holistic. You see everything at once. Yeah. If you want to learn how to draw, I would recommend practice every day. And there are a couple key factors that kind of helps it all click together. And that is the 5 basic skills of drawing. And we kind of talk about them every video. It's almost like our oath. So we read them out loud. What are the 5 basic skills of drawing? They are the perception of edges, 1. The perception of spaces, 2. The perception of relationships, 3. The perception of lights and shadows, and 5. The perception of the whole, or the gestalt. And then over here, it shows a circle, how they build upon each other. So edges are like, the defining feature that makes me and this different from each other. And when you put my edge together, you get my space. And then a relationship, I'm in front of the clock kind of thing. And then the lights and shadows, as you can see the shadow of the clock on the wall, which makes it three-dimensional. That's a bright spot, that's a dark spot in my face. Speaking of dark spots, I painted one eye and not the other. I was getting ready for the video. Good thing the nails are already done. I was getting ready for the video and I was like thinking about how maybe I should just show y'all how I do it, because when I was working in a restaurant, the girls would ask me how I did it. And I haven't done it on video yet, so maybe just real quick. I already did one eye to get prepared, and I'll do the other one with us. I did this eye. I don't think I'm going to be able to do this very well, but maybe it'll be fun to try. The only thing, I wish I had a liquid liner, but I never got a liquid liner so far. I've got this focus. There we go. Revlon Color Stay eyeliner, crayon, para ojos, del español, por mi amigos y amigas, It's got a blender on the end here, but I've never used it. I don't, and maybe it's a blender or a shader or a yeah, whatever it is. It's just not what I want. It's like I'm just gonna draw it in. I put out a little bit, but not enough for it to snap off because I don't like when it snaps off because this stuff's kind of, it's not expensive, but I tried to get the better stuff. Oh, this is kind of hard to do. Do 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 do. I'm just gonna go for it. Did I get any? This is hard. Wow, this is really hard. I like working in mirrors better. I just gave up. I was like, let me just try drawing right on my eye with my eyes closed. Uh, I did. It's probably all on my eye. Did I draw my eyeball? So, that is how you put on eyeliner on camera. Basically, directly right onto your eyeball. This one is all nice. This one's tough. So I'm gonna just have a mirror next time because that was awful. Let's get right into it. Drink green tea. It's good for your health class. So drawing on the right side of the brain. If you want to get good at drawing anything, I highly recommend this book. One of the exercises is upside down drawing. So you can see in this example, um, I guess they flip the exact thing upside down, but you'd flip the book upside down and you draw it. And if you draw the visual information without knowing like that it's a man with a hat and a pipe, and you just draw like, oh, that's dark, so I'm going to color that dark spot, and that's a dark spot, so I'm going to and you can even divide it up. And it's just a really good way to draw what you see without overthinking it. So maybe it works really well with like cartoons or stuff. I used to do with things like Invader Zim or you know um, Piglet. So, oh man, that's not a good drawing. We've got some old drawings. That's what we did yesterday. I don't really like to show off the last day's work. I like to do the drawing then look backwards. So just to prepare for the video, let's get our space all cleaned up, and I've got this really special pencil that I like. I'm gonna show it off now. Can you even read it? This is hard. Kuru Toga HB, Kuru Toga HB, with some pretty nails. Pretty nails. I'm wondering if I can get the camera to focus without tapping on it, and it seems to refocus when I move stuff in front of it, but not when I move it away. I just found this. Oh God. Don't look at the mess. I'm cleaning it, but the drawing comes first. Man, that's not. Oh, boop, boop, boo, doo, boo, doo, 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 doo. I'm just trying to get comfy. One of the most important things that you can do um, to enhance your drawing is to just set up a good space. So, and because I want my dog to have a nice, good floor to lie out on, without worrying about dust or whatever. Okie dokie. So, um, we usually start out with a couple gesture drawings. In the book, there are exercises to do, but let's just, for the sake of getting into the drawing everyday portion, let's just do this real fast. So, I'm like really reaching, but I'm trying to stay on camera at the same time. So, let's get a good view from myself so I can see what I'm looking at. The eyeliner, if I go in close, you can see that it's bad, but from far away, it just looks like stage makeup. So what do you think? Let me know. Comment below if you skipped ahead. Which eye did I do on camera and which eye did I um, do in the mirror? And which was your favorite butterfly? Comment below. I'll link a video of some of them flying around. Do. I need like mirrors. I need a whole bunch of stuff. When I was working with children, I had little like 3-inch hand mirrors, and I had to fight so hard to get the simplest things. And the people in the office were like, "Yeah, everybody, we'll do whatever you want. Well, just let me know, and I'll just, drop everything for you." But then when you would ask them for like the simplest thing, it was like crickets. Um, so no offense. I guess it was on me because I wasn't asking correctly because the rich kids and the rich schools were getting like all of this money and we weren't, and we were the third biggest program uh, in I don't know, the whole organization, and we were just kind of like making it up as we went along, kind of thing, instead of paying for it, which I guess was the whole point because it was like art based. So instead of buying all this stuff, we kind of just like were being really creative, and it was like really successful. So every year the program kept growing, and it was like we were competing with like the other programs that were like the money makers that were supporting the outreach programs. But we were like fully self-sufficient. We were like not interacting with the office because we were off-site. So it was like we were doing, if I don't know. I'm like thinking of the military, how there's stuff that goes on in other countries that like, it's totally different than domestic military. I don't know. So we were the front lines. That's what they kept calling us because we were working with the kids like directly. Um, but it was like this big joke because it just meant that like we were gonna die because there was such a high turnover. Because most people like couldn't handle it. So, anyways, I stuck around for a long time. Three is 3 years a long time to be working? My first year, I had 10 kids in the class, and I was like, this is crazy. How do you expect me to give my full undivided attention to 10 kids at the same time? So I was like adamant about having less kids, and I'm like, I want 5 kids. And the original site coordinator was telling me, like, that should be the ratio of adult to kid is at least 5 to 1. So I was like, okay, I guess we're gonna be superheroes and do 10 to 1, and this is like an after school program. And then the next year, it was like we had a new site coordinator um, to replace the old one who got fired. And then this new one was like, oh, okay, so now we're gonna have 15 kids in our ratio. So then I had 15 kids in my class, and I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. Because it was after a full day of school. So these kids were like rambunctious, is kind of like, imagine summer camp. Oh, it's so funny how I was training to be a yoga instructor, and one of the girls was like, "You just really remind me of like my camp counselors," because I guess that's basically what this was. It was like art camp, but it was like an after school program because all of the parents were like busy with work and stuff because this is America. Like, why would you raise your own kids? So instead, I was just having like 10 kids who accidentally call you dad. Like, it happens with teachers all the time. So if you're a teacher, just let me know that feeling of like raising a child and then them just like disappearing on you because, it's just on to the next, on to the next, on to the next. Including the teachers. Like we're all just being shuffled around as well. So, that's why we've just got a really cool opportunity now, y'all, to just do our own thing. I guess COVID halted everything else. I've got like it cuts off here, so I can't really see more than that. Um, I see my hair is kind of like a little past my lip. So it comes out to like here. I was gonna tie it up and then I put the headset on. I was like, oh okay. So now, um, that's just not gonna put my hair up because I do. And now I'm drawing in the actual background. Wow, how many days are we in? And that's the first time I actually drew the slope in the ceiling. Wow. I might as well just like draw, draw on the clock. Do 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 do. So if you guys ever catch yourself wondering if you're dreaming, look at a clock and then go back and then look at it again. And if it's in the same spot, then most likely it's not a dream. But if it changes, um, most likely you're dreaming. But then at the same time, if you're dreaming, you won't notice that it's weird that it's changed. So that was a gesture drawing that turned into just a mini drawing of myself. Now I'm gonna go on to a full-on drawing. Ho 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 ho! I'm so uncomfortable in this computer chair, and it swivels around. Ooh, it's just like ouch, ouch, ouch. So I got this bubble wrap. I just really like it. Bringing my chair up so that I don't go off screen so bad. We'll try to make this one like, I want, as I keep telling everyone, in medieval times when drawing was like a big deal with Da Vinci and shit, I don't know what year we're talking about. They didn't have cameras, so drawing really photorealistic was kind of like a big deal. And painting as well. And I learned this in art history, where I'm gonna just start drawing while I talk. In art history, I learned during the Renaissance. Art history was probably one of my favorite classes, by the way, because that's where you learn the best history. You don't learn the best history in history class. You learn it in like reading novels. And art history has all of these paintings. Um, so you learn history that way. It's the best way to learn. It's like this whole thing's going back in space. This whole thing's dark. Trying not to get too caught up in like anything yet. I made this one really big. Whoa. The other one was really small and this one's really big. So maybe after drawing myself 1,000 times in 1,000 different... Oops, I had this wire in front this whole time. Make sure you've got a good view of your subject. I want to start over, but it's kind of like no point because I didn't really put anything on the paper yet. So, starting to put in like a little bit of a shadow for the hairline. I'm just going for like the darkest things. Um, that's kind of where you want to start, is shadowing in some of the darkest things. But don't get too specific. Like I know my eyebrows and my irises are probably the darkest spots, but um, not to say that I would mess up or anything, but if I'm not entirely pleased with the makeup of the drawing, it's kind of too late. You would have to start over. And a shadowing, and a shadowing, and a shadowing. What are your favorite art, I don't know, like online resources? Are you like a Twitter user? Are you um, a Parlor user? I've never even used Parlor. I just found out what it was for the first time. Like now, and it's been shut down, so I don't really even care. I started using Twitch for like a day, um, when the butterflies were flying around when they were in season. And then there was that whole controversially like take down the video for music software thing and who blames who. So I backed off and I focused on growing my YouTube channel. So here we are. Um, I just don't like that one. I'm gonna start over one more time. Uh, because I'm not even trying to get a good drawing. I'm just trying to practice drawing in a way that I'm like happy with. So when I was in LaGuardia High School in my figure drawing class, we would go in and have newsprint, which is basically like a book that's like um it was huge. It's like I can't even show you guys. It was like this big. It was so big. It was 4 times as big as this book, which is, you know, um, art is expensive. It takes a lot of supplies. This is what I was talking about before when I was like trying to get art supplies for my kids. And I've talked about this in my other videos. Like, one of the best things that you can do as an art teacher um, is just provide the materials. If I were to just sit kids down at a table filled with paints and markers and papers and cardboards and tape, um, unless they were super inhibited and were trained that and were specifically trained that you know what they make is not good. I think all of them would grab the materials and start making something because that's just like a human thing. That's what we do. Kind of like when a baby hears music, it'll start dancing. Maybe it's not even like a human thing. Maybe it's universal because birds will dance to music, um, and dogs too. Birds wouldn't have learned. I mean, I feel like birds do it naturally, and dogs might have learned it from their owners. Something's weird. I still haven't quite started measuring it all out the right way. Um, Boop boo doo 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 doo. Interesting, interesting. Hmm. 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 Right now I'm kind of just like figuring out where everything is. I can't tell you how many times I've drawn eyes, and then when I'm done, they'll be like lopsided or, um, you know, not looking like eyes. So I recommend you guys practice. Take your time. Because lining them up is like super important. I don't think that's something that I've really talked about in these videos as much as like everything else that I'm kind of discovering as I go along, which is definitely a lot. Every time you draw, you kind of start seeing something different. So that's why it's important to just get in as many days as you can. That wasn't the best, but it was better than my other attempts, in my opinion. Let's make the nostril just a little bit bigger because I've got a really big defining nose. And in the other videos, I don't think I went heavy enough with my line work, and it showed. Boop, 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 boop. Yep, because I've got some dark features. And then my mustache. And then that thing, which usually trips me up. I've got cheeks that come down here. Oh, this whole thing should be shadowy. Look at that. I didn't even really connect that, I guess, really much in my other drawings. It's funny, I'm definitely going to have to do a compilation where I just put them all together. Because up until now, I've just been flipping through the book with y'all. I mean, that looks like a face so far. It's not like the best face, but you can tell that that's a nose, and you can tell that that's like those are eyes. The things I'm talking about in this video are like totally different. I'm just like, oh, and where does this go, and how is that doing? It's not like, ugh, mad guys, this is so bad. I think I'm gonna start over. Which is kind of how I started the drawing, so I'm glad that I did start over. Um, so maybe I should do a couple small gesture drawing. Ooh, look at that. That just like started popping, so I had to get in real quick. I just made myself look so old, but you can't fake reality, everybody. So maybe something that I'm starting to learn with sketching is maybe I can just draw on the face without worrying about like getting the whole geometry in. There are different ways of drawing. Like you can draw like it's hard to describe. Do I have lazy eyes in this picture? What do I wanna? I just want to add some dimensionola. Maybe I should focus a little more on this eye, everybody. And then it comes down like this. And I actually do have quite a bit of shadow there. Ba 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 ba. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I really should get this whole little thing in there. Oh, did I mess it up? Did I do too much? Let me know. So, how are you guys at drawing? Is this your first attempt to ever draw your face? Because I was teaching. Oh, I think I gave myself like a horse chin. That was way too big. My lips are here. That goes there. Let's see. I always forget to put it upside down on screen. Interesting, interesting. That's about close. That's about close. Hmm. So I've got. Oh, I kind of drew in my cheekbone, but like way too much. And now I'm just kind of going wild. I just gave myself um what's his name? Wolverine sideburns by accident. That can happen. It's okay. My ears are kind of high because my head is tilted. And there's the headband. There's my hair. It's kind of going up like this. Boop 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 do 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 do. And there's a curl. Ooh, my hair has got nice little curls on the end. Boop boop boo doo boo doo 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 doo. Now I'm just like scribbling in all of the little things that I want to add into the. Oh man. Ugh. Buzz, your girlfriend. No, that's mean. Home Alone reference. Woof. Janis Joplin's yelling at me. You guys got any favorite movies? Any favorite? What? Oh, that's. Yep, that's all wrong. This whole thing. I should think the eyebrow is supposed to be like. I'm pretty sure I messed up the eyebrow. Yep. So, gotta practice eyebrows. Gotta practice my eyeball. Oh, that's another thing. I think it should be in a little bit closer. Maybe I'll just tilt my head the other way. Keep drawing. So if my hairline kind of comes down like that, let's just make this whole thing darker. Boop, 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 really fast. Boop, 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 boop. That's my hair, that's my hair, that's my hair. Bum, bum, bum. Headset thingy. Yeah, I'm just. I don't know. We're at 34 minutes, and it is officially a drawing at this point. And it's kind of like gaining experience. That's how it is. Think of yourself as like a Pokemon, and every time you draw, you gain experience. Um, so even if you don't get a drawing that you're like super happy with, just remember that you gained experience, and that in order to get better, you need to gain more experience. So that means that you shouldn't stop drawing. My eye is supposed to be a little bit further over. I do this every time, and then the left eye ends up having like three different spots, so I have like a black eye. So I'm just gonna leave it in the wrong spot and just call it a day. I can't really do nothing about it now. Yeah, I usually get tripped up in this spot. I might as well. I'm gonna like have to start circling them. I'm moving into my critique right now because this is basically the end. I always get tripped up here. Um, like this area, I kind of feel good about, so I start here. And I work my way out, and then everything ends up starting to get mixed up because it's hard to keep it all together. So this is what I was talking about, different ways of drawing. Knowing the anatomy is super helpful because if I were to look at that and I see, okay, so there's a skull, which is composed of, drawing my skull, and then I'm drawing the spine, and then here's my shoulders, here's my hands. Then you would work into like, okay, so I know that the shape of the nose is like this. Boop, boo, doo, 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 doo. I would be familiar with drawing the eyeballs. I'm not even looking at my face anymore. You know the muscles of the lips. Those are the muscles of the eyes. That's muscles on the head and the jaw connecting it all together. And then like the very last thing would be the construction of the skin and the hair. So it's kind of like SpongeBob, like starting with the most advanced thing. So knowing anatomy helps put everything in place, but none of the anatomy will help if you don't practice drawing, because we're practicing our eyeballs. Like the whole reason is the perception, and if you can't see the edge, then you're not gonna draw the edge well. So another fun thing that this book talks about is negative space. We've only gotten up to the edges in our videos so far. So like pure contour drawing is an exercise to see edges. So if you want to draw better, like look at your hands and then without looking at the paper, like draw the lines in your hand and do that for just set the clock for 15 minutes or 5. Do 5 minutes, but the longer the better. And you'll get better at doing the edges. And if you want to do a shape or a space, then thinking of the negative space is good. Like, this is the picture of the ram, and the negative space is around him, because it's all that he's not, which means that it's also the space in between the legs, so you can see that over there. So, like, even though it's still inside him, the drawing of the ram, it's still the negative space as separate from him. So you can practice that really easily with like a chair. So try doing that with a chair. Like go out and just draw the negative space of a chair and drop a comment below. Let me see how it looks. Yeah, I mean, this is an art channel. We're kind of doing a whole bunch of things. We've done our nails together. We've done butterflies. We've done eyeliner together. I I put this eye in, but this is the eye that's bothering me. So I poked this eye, but this is the eye that's bothering me because of my contact. So, um, I did this one in the mirror and I did this one on camera. That was fun. Do you guys want more makeup stuff? Do you want more drawing stuff? I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing, and I have another video planned up right after this because the buzzer has just finished charging. So I'm gonna do another video right now. After I upload this, and then I'm gonna practice piano, and I'm going to upload a piano video today for sure, right after I do my next video. And for anyone who's watching this, you'll be the first to know. It's going to be shaving my dog's butthole. Because she's sick. She's just, she's got diarrheas, as you can see from the last video. So I just gotta clean her up, and shaving her butthole is the first thing to do because we need to keep her all clean. I'm tired of using a washcloth to clean her butthole all the time. So I can't believe I'm talking about this with you guys, but online fam, thanks for complimenting my nails. I'll just show off one more time. Oops, I gotta get my face off the screen. I'm gonna give my nails the highest compliment that I can give nails, and that is I don't even bring my phone into the bathroom anymore. I just stare at my nails. Um, and no, these are not foils. No, they're not press-ons or fake nails. Um, we did a base coat, and then we did a layer of color, and then we we did a stamp. We didn't paint them on ourselves, but we did a stamp of all the flowers, and then we sealed it in with the top coat. So this is almost a week old, and it looks just as fresh as it was when I first painted them on. So gotta say, getting pretty good at doing the nails. How much would you pay for this? Because I already made a comment about how much I would charge someone for it, but then I don't think that it translated to the person I was talking to because I only did one hand. So I was like, how much would someone pay for it? This is how much it costs, and I was saying. And they thought, oh wow, that's expensive. But I'm like, no, but that's just for one hand. It would be double for both hands. So not to be like this is a lucrative business, but I just like doing nails. Um, but I know it's kind of toxic fumes, so yep, yep. Come on, focus, focus, focus. Ooh, that's how you do it. You have it to focus up here, and then you bring it down. Wow, I just learned something about cameras, everybody. You learn something new every day. Now I don't have to stop what I'm doing to tap on the screen 100 times. Whoa. I feel like I'm really finding my medium, not just in drawing, but with computer science, everybody. I'm having so much fun um, working the labyrinth of like what all of this is. Like, I feel like it was so long ago that I was watching YouTube videos about OBS Studios and learning about how to connect my phone. And I didn't even have a webcam. Like, I remember going on Amazon and like shopping for a webcam. Um, so I found this headset in the basement when I was learning. Like, it's for software that my parents had never used. Like the box wasn't even open. Um, Learning how to separate the audio feed and doing tests and uploading and editing. Like it's been a really good time. So happy to say that I don't see anything stopping me from continuing this process of drawing every day. And then hopefully eventually we'll have a good enough picture that we can be proud of. Like, not to say that I'm not proud of this picture, but the way I see this one is it's like I did a drawing today. That's what I see this as. So I don't see this as like a fine quality fine arts drawing. Like if someone said like, "Oh, what do you do?" and I said I'm an artist, and they say, "What do you do?" and I'd be like, "Oh, I draw," and they said, "Can you draw me?" and then I had the next 5 to 20 minutes for them to sit down and I draw them. I think I could come up with something that looks like them, but it wouldn't be something that they were like, "Oh wow, this is so good. I'm going to take it home and hang it up on the wall." Like I've worked in restaurants where people come in and like leave work behind and then it stays on the wall forever. I was just adding in a couple things just for the sake of me knowing where they all go. Um, and there's my shadow. But yeah, this was just practice. This was training my eyeball day. This wasn't a um, sell my prints online kind of day. So 1/24/2021 JSJ with my little butterfly smiley face signature. For the critique, once again, I'm usually pretty happy with this spot. I'm usually kind of unhappy with this eye. I still haven't quite gotten like lips and this side of the chin, but I'm getting better at adding in my neck and shoulders. I'm getting better at placing this area. Like the better you can get at putting it down, the better you can get at shading it and worrying about all the details. But make sure you can get the nose and the eyes in the right spot before you can worry about all the rest. But you know, this drawing is still better than this drawing, which is what I started out as. I mean, I probably could have worked that into a better drawing, but I just wanted to start over. So I encourage you. Oh, and I did that one. I mean, not to say that that's like a perfect drawing either. This guy looked like he was stung by a bee. Um, but a critique of this one is I feel like I was really successful getting the headset and my headband in the right spot where I'd and even the shoulder um, where I had struggled with that before. Oh, and I had even placed um, the angles in the ceiling. I had really never done that before, and I even placed in the clock. So yeah, now we're at 47 minutes. I can show you guys, we did that yesterday slash this morning. Um, we got the hand in there, so that was good. And we got the glasses in without crying about how hard the glasses were with the headset, so that was good. You know, those were our gestures. I didn't use pen for the newer ones. I was focusing just on pencil. But yeah, you can see I struggled with that eye in the same spot. I couldn't get the headset in at all. So going a couple days ago, I was like, oh my god, that one's really, wow. Same thing. Struggled in that spot. I couldn't place my hair at all. Oh no, I think I had it up that day. Um, but yeah, you can just see. Maybe I spent more time on that one. Because I think yeah, some are, it's just like a wave. Like it goes up and down. And the waves, see, like these 2 days, to be honest, I was drunk. So I didn't even get any kind of face out of that. Going back. Oh, hey, that one's kind of, So yeah, some are more sketchy, some are more worked and developed because some of them I'm clearly trying to go for like a good face, and some of them I'm clearly just going for a casual sketch. Um, this is another exercise that's good. If you know what this is, then that means I was successful because It's a face vase exercise where we were learning about edges and shapes and perspective. And yeah, if you want to know more about that, I can do it again for you. But um, yeah, I did that well, and I did it on camera. So now we're just having fun going back through all the stuff. Um, Bad drawing, lazy eye, no shading. It's like, yes, there's shading, but it's not three-dimensional. And then it goes into my anatomy, which maybe I'll show you guys. Check out this guy. He's like, oh, let me give you those eyes with the eyelashes. So, I mean, that's as far as it goes. And then it goes into my anatomy, which I haven't been drawing any anatomy since I started drawing my portraits. As you can see, I just jump back and forth. So, I don't want to stop drawing the portraits, but I do want to keep drawing the anatomy. So, ooh, this is what I was going to do, and I want to do this before I forget because we still have time before class ends. Ooh, I just saw one of the gesture drawings is like really good. Like, feel free to start with the gesture drawing, and then if you think that it's looking good, like, keep working on it because you can move the gesture into the sketch, and you can move the sketch into like a deeper drawing. So I do want to start teaching anatomy to y'all. Where's my anatomy? Oh man, I'm running out of time. Okay, where did I put it somewhere. I am cleaning. So, I thought it was right here. That's so weird. I have an anatomy textbook, but I guess I lost it. Okay, well then I guess that's something that we're gonna do in the future is work with our bones. That's what I was saying. I want to do the anatomy, and I don't want to lose the portraits. So really, we're gonna be drawing our portraits, casually sketching it, and then after that we will be working the anatomy and being militant about it. So let's give yourself a little bit of paint on the face. I hope this doesn't give me acne. Do I look Native American? How did you guys feel about Standing Rock? Did anyone go? Not to be that guy, but I did go to Standing Rock, and I did smoke the peace pipe with the Native Americans who rode in on horses after traveling like 500 or I don't remember. It was some ridiculous amount of space. They all met together, and instead of like the tribes fighting, they talked about how they were going to unify together and how the pipeline. They were talking about how the children were having dreams that the pipeline was like a black snake and that the snake was going to lose its head, so that they just had to like stick it out, and that's how they would win through endurance. So yeah, what else? I mean, this is turning into an hour-long class, but I still want to do piano and I still need to do all these things. So I'm going to clean up my face and I'm going to start the next video of taking care of my dog. And then I will finish up the day by playing a little song on piano for you. And hopefully in the future we can add in more things like flute and juggling and yoga. But it's already almost 3 o'clock. Like, where does the day go? Don't you like my nails? Aren't they pretty? This is like the last. I want to do another video doing my nails because I like had such a good time doing this. But these are so nice. I'm trying to get you a better view. These are so nice that I like never want to take them off again. And they're not even chipping or flaking off or anything. Like they're gonna last forever. But it's a shame, but I'm gonna have to take them off at some point. Might as well just do a better job next time. So yeah, until next time, this was fun. I like drawing with y'all. Um, give me a response. You don't have to do a whole video, but like let me see your drawing of yourself. I don't care if it's the 30-second drawing because 30 seconds could eventually work up to 5 minutes and 5 minutes could eventually work up to more than that. Say goodbye, Jason. Bye everybody. Thanks for drawing me into an existence. I have a really nice nose and left eye. And my necklace is really kind of placed on my neck well. And my mustache is starting to take shape. So, yeah. Oh, and slam poetry. That's how I used to like to finish class. So I'm going to do slam poetry on my drawing this time. So, lazy eye. Don't you cry with a K. That is also a C. Um, you got some good stuff going on. Good stuff going on. But just G-O. Yep, that's my slam poetry. I'm gonna get on top of my chair and read it out. No, I'm not. That's just something I would have the kids do. And I'm moving on. So, yep, that's it. Don't forget to respond, and this is fun. Let's start a community where we all hold each other accountable for drawing every day. So, yeah, if we start a classroom and we do this and we all say we're going to start drawing together every day and then you guys disappear, um, as a group, I want everyone to be like, why did you stop? Why did you stop? Why did you stop? Bring it back, bring it back. I want makeups. So yeah, not to freak anyone out, but it's okay. You can do makeup class. Yeah. Do. There's only 3 minutes left. I want it to be an hour long, but you know, there's other stuff. There's always gonna be other stuff. So yep. Like, subscribe, like, subscribe, like, subscribe. I don't want to pander. Okay, everybody, this was fun. I'll see you with another drawing video tomorrow because this is every day. So bye, 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 bye. Check out the other videos for some fun content. We've got planting stuff and animal stuff, and yep. Mental health, take care, drink green tea and wheatgrass, and do yoga. And drop. Bye.